Welcome to HueFin News. Today is October the 31st, 2017, and it is here to where we give you the news according to the charts. This is our daily cryptocurrency market analysis, where we give you guys the opportunity to see how you can predict and forecast price movement, price predictions without using indicators, just simply by the price bars and the volume. And you guys can see for today that the market cap has once again increased, and it now stands at $182.3 billion. Now yesterday it was at $177.7 billion. So it just tells you the interest in these cryptocurrencies are still compounding, and it is still coming into this market, which is a good sign for some of these cryptocurrencies. I'm not saying all of them, because some of them are trading still within that range that we told you guys yesterday in our video, that some of these cryptocurrencies, altcoins, are trading in a trading range, and we just waiting for that time for those altcoins to break out either to the upside or the downside, and we did not necessarily get that today. So you get pretty much of the same for some of these altcoins, and we'll talk about that as we go into these cryptocurrencies. You guys can see that Bitcoin is up 4.76%, and we told you 2 days ago that we were still forecasting Bitcoin to be moving higher, and today it made another all-time high today. Ethereum is up 0.19, Ripple is down 0.24, Bitcoin Cash is down 0.75%, Litecoin 0.85, Dash down 1%. Neo is slightly making a gain today, up 0.35. BitConnect is up almost 5%. NAM is down 7%, and you guys can see that Monero also is pushing a little gain today right now. You guys can see that also the last one is that Ethereum Classic is down almost 2%. So I want you guys to know that this video is coming out sooner than what I usually do it. So the analysis is as what it is as I'm doing this video, because the bars that I'm looking at is not completed yet. So I just want to give you guys a heads up that my analysis may in fact possibly change depending on the close or the completion of these bars today. So take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently up 5.30%. Last trade was at $6,410.10. So Bitcoin is one of the only cryptocurrencies that is trading in an uptrend. The other ones are pretty much trading in a range. Bitcoin today has given us a push to go above, so the market for Bitcoin is still strong. We're not getting any precursors of weakness for this particular cryptocurrency. We were originally analyzing for Bitcoin to come back to the high that occurred today, and you guys can see it broke through that. But nevertheless, our analysis was correct in the way that it was going to go. So our analysis for them is still the same. We're still expecting Bitcoin to trade higher, but if it does take a break on tomorrow, expect it to come back to $6,200. If the market is truly weak on tomorrow, expect it to come back to $6,000. So, but given the strength of this bar and the volume that's backing this particular move, the interest for higher prices is still there for Bitcoin at the moment. So now let's go to Ethereum. So Ethereum is up 0.03%. Last trade was at $305.35. And I made a video yesterday stating that $310 is acting as resistance for Ethereum, and that is going to take a push to go a bar in order for Ethereum to move higher. So you guys can see as the market is now, we are receiving more precursors of weakness for this particular cryptocurrency for Ethereum. So we have to take that into account on top of this $310 acting as resistance for Ethereum. Now, with that being said, Ethereum may come back down to $300, and then it might bounce back and break through 310 on tomorrow. That's a possibility, because the volume currently right now for today's bar is light, and it tells us that the interest may not be to higher prices right now, or that the sellers are not in the market. So that's why we're analyzing and seeing that they might come back down to 300 or even 290 if the market is truly weak on tomorrow. But we definitely have precursors of weakness for Ethereum. But one thing I want you guys to notice, that the market is not falling. The market is still pretty much trading within this small trading range, price range from the open and close of these bars, was one of the positive thing for Ethereum to move higher. So if it does move higher, yes, expect it to break $310 and come back to possibly the highs from October 18th and the 19th. If it's really strong, then it will come back up to 320. So that is also a possibility. So now we're going to look at Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is up 1.27%. Last trade was at $438.05. So again, we are getting more precursors of weakness for Bitcoin Cash, and the market may come back down to $420 due to the stockpile and the close of these bars. The market is still weak for Bitcoin Cash, not overly weak, but it's giving us more weakness than strength, and we would be expecting them to come and at least come back to $420 and possibly back up to a high of 460. But this is the third day that we are getting stockpile for Bitcoin Cash or non-interest in higher prices. So it's more likely that it will be trading sideways. It might come back up to $451, $452, and $420 is that trading range that we're looking for Bitcoin Cash to go to. So next is going to be Ripple. So Ripple is down 0.56%. Last trade was at 20 cents. This is pretty much the same old for Ripple. I know a lot of people is talking about Ripple and they have a lot of interest in Ripple and saying that it's going to be one of the major cryptocurrencies, but currently the market is just not giving us any interest in higher prices. But we can note that right now the bar looks like a trial run and the market can bounce from here. But we're still sticking with our analysis that we had from the last couple of days, that they'll trade sideways. And we're looking from the lows that occurred on the 22nd of October, which was around 19.4. And the first high we're looking for is 21 cents. And if it's higher than that, then 22. But there's just no interest in over the last 6 days for Ripple. So either the market is going to break out to higher prices or it's going to break down to lower prices. And given the fact that the market is not falling lower, we're expecting it to break out, then move lower. So now let's go to Litecoin. Again, Litecoin is down 0.56%. Last trade was at $55.73. So more precursors of weakness for Litecoin. The market volume is light, but the market is trending lower than it closed from yesterday, which is a precursor of weakness, but it's not that weak. Okay, so the market may come back down to $54. Just keep that as part of your strategy and come back up to the high from yesterday's bar, which was $58, almost $59. You can expect Litecoin to come and touch. So expect it might even come back down to 52 if the interest in higher prices is no longer there and the sellers are in control. Then expect it to come to 52. But currently, as the market looks, it looks like it's going to come to 54 or even around to the support line that we've drawn, and then it might bounce back to the high that occurred either the 29th or the 3rd of October. So just keep that out. So now we're looking at Dash. So Dash is down 1.23%. Last trade was at $281. So we have a trial run bar for Dash right now. The volume is almost the same as what it was yesterday on a larger spread, which tells us that a lot of business is occurring for Dash. We're still expecting them to trade sideways, and that could be the low, the close, and the open from the 28th and 29th, which is around like $273, back up to $290 for Dash to be trading. If the market is coming back into moving higher, then it will come back up to 300. But right now, as what we're looking at the price chart, we're not seeing that occurring at the moment. So look for 290 to maybe the open and close from the 28th and 29th of October for Dash to be trading. So now we're going to go to Neo. So NEO is up 0.05. Last trade was at $28.73. And this is a major precursor of weakness that we're seeing right now in NEO. For the market to come back up to $32 that we analyzed on our video yesterday. It came up there and it touched it, and now it's all the way back down to $28.73. That is giving us a precursor of weakness, letting us know that interest in higher prices is currently not there. And also the volume is backing this particular move. So if the market closes, if this bar closes or completes closing lower than closed yesterday, then expect NEO to come back to the lows from the 29th and 28th. It might even come all the way down to 26th, just like October 21st. So our analysis for NEO, as we're looking at the chart now, is for them to move lower. So next is going to be Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum Classic is down 1.62. Last trade was at $10.58. And we have another precursors of weakness for Ethereum Classic. And the volume is increasing as the market is moving lower, which is a sign that tells us that the interest to lower prices is still there. So expect them to continue to move lower. And it might come down to $10.40 as the initial point. But if the sellers are still in control, then expect it to come to $10.20. So the last one is going to be Monero. So Monero is down 0.50%. Last trade was at $88.16. So pretty much the same, nothing. It's trading just like Ripple is trading in the range between $84 and $92. So obviously the market is getting prepped for another move, and whether it's to the upside or to the downside is yet to see. So we will have to continue with our analysis that they will trade sideways, and that would be between $84 to a high of $82. Okay. It might come up to the high on the 25th, which was around $95. We're not necessarily looking for that to happen, but it's a possibility. But definitely within that range, 84 and 92 is what we're looking for Monero to be trading. Now, a lot of these bars that we analyzed today is giving us precursors of weakness. So if the market overall is going to be trending lower tomorrow, then expect these cryptos all to trade lower than what our analysis said. So like with Monero, we said $84. If all the cryptocurrencies are trending lower, are trading lower, then expect Monero to come down to the lows that occurred on the 23rd and 24th of October, which is around 81. So it all depends on the momentum and the mood of the overall market tomorrow for these cryptocurrencies. So that's all our analysis. We are not investment advisors, and we are not giving you guys investment advice. But what we're giving you is more powerful. We're giving you guys the interpretation, the language of the markets. That is what everyone needs to know. And you guys will have the opportunity eventually to learn it for yourself to increase your profitability as you all trade. That's all we have for today. You guys have a good one. Stay profitable, and I'll talk to you later.